Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Topoco Lodge. Folks, if you're looking for a spot to hold your family reunion, a church retreat, a business conference, whatever, call my friends at the historic Topoco Lodge. Rooms and cabins for your accommodations, great dining options, even a theater, as you can see right there, for big gatherings. If you've got an AV presentation you need to make, Topoco Lodge, they can do it all. It's a great place to stay. It's a great place to have dinner. It's a great place to do a retreat or a reunion. Topoco Lodge. All right, back with my friend Mike Stoll, former All-SEC player, former team captain for Tennessee, played just about every spot. You did play every spot on the Tennessee offensive line at one time or another, basically, in terms of tackle, guard, center.
Yeah.
Didn't play any of them particularly well, but you played them all.
Master of none, jack of all trades.
Tell me about the offensive line. How much change? It was a bad offensive line last year. You had a lot of people in and out, but it was a bad line. How much change can you expect one off season? You change coaches. You got a new center. A lot of the same guys are back. They've put on some weight. As Jimmy mentioned, you're changing schemes. How much of a difference can you make in one off season?
So that's a twofold question. If there was an experienced line last year and they had people to watch, and that's why Tennessee's lines were so good for so long, is when I was a freshman and a sophomore, redshirt freshman, I watched film and I saw what good looks like. I saw what a great offensive lineman had to do. Every little minute detail, steps, leverage, knowing where to go and going there aggressively. So you can improve. I'm worried that they don't have anybody to watch. They don't have anybody to learn from. Now, Brandon Kennedy, he's a guy who can come in and set the tempo for them a little bit, show them what a good physical offensive lineman looks like, how to lead, how to set the tempo for the kids and the players. But you know, they've got a long way to go. They're still putting on some size, but you're going from a zone blocking where you just kind of get in front of somebody to where you got to fire off and you got to lay your hat on somebody. You got to drive them down the road and put them in the dirt. I don't know that they have that mentality yet. We will see, but that is a big jump to expect that from this offensive line.
Most offensive linemen that played 10 years earlier or longer ago like the idea of just putting a hat on a hat and pushing somebody.
Absolutely. So you were trying to say the older guys like me.
Old guys.
Yes, yeah. we loved it. I mean, because you're going to fire off. I know who I'm going after. I'm going to go hit him, and I'm going to go knock him back as far as I can, and I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do it again, and that wears down a defensive lineman. Zone blocking, you just get in the way, and there's not a lot of physicality to that. It's very standard now. But I like just going off and hitting a guy because you wear down a defense very quickly.
All right, now the next segment we'll come back and you talk about eye pokes and fish hooks. Actually, we won't. All right, let me ask you this, though. You mentioned not having a guy to look at. I think that's one of the problems that they had. Your best lineman is Trey Smith, okay? And you didn't have him for guys to even look at and play out there with him during the spring, during the first part of fall camp. He just got cleared this past week for contact. If you had someone on the team that you could look and say, look at him, he hasn't been a guy that's been there for you this year, this offseason, because of his issue with the blood clots. Your thoughts on his potential, though, and how good he is, how good he can be?
Yeah, he's got all the potential in the world. He can be a great physical offensive lineman. He's got size. He's got great athletic ability. And he's a physical player. Now, you mentioned blood clots and the banged up and everything. Can his body take that and bounce back and keep that strength going? He's going to be one of the best in the SEC. He will be a first-round draft pick as long as he stays healthy. He will be a top 5 draft pick because he will be a valuable tackle position.
Mike Stoll, stick around because I want to get your prediction for Tennessee, West Virginia a little bit later. When we come back, we have another old friend back with us on the show. It brings a little sunshine to our proceedings. Come on back.